Hello everyone, how are you today? This is Marc. I have a very important lesson today. I normally teach English online on weekdays. You are watching me right now. In this lesson, we're going to look at the differences between the present simple and the present continuous. So stay tuned. So we're going to talk about the present simple and the present continuous. Let's look at the table that I wrote for you, okay? So we have the timeline. The vertical line indicates now, and the horizontal line divided by 2. On one side, on your left, is the past, and on your right is the future. So the present simple, as you can see, is everywhere, okay? The cross is everywhere. With the present continuous, instead, we have the timeline, the same timeline, and you can see that the cross is right at the crossroads of those two lines, okay? So we use the an auxiliary. When do we use an auxiliary? For the present simple, we use it for a question and a negative sentence. Remember that we use to do, and for the third person is does. Okay, so the third person singular. He, she, and it does. Instead, for the present continuous, we use the auxiliary to be. So I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, and they are. Remember that we use the auxiliary always, so positive, negative, and interrogative. I said before that does is used only, do or does is used only in negative sentences and interrogative sentences. Okay, let's look at the differences. I have to tell you though that we use the present simple and the present continuous also for the future. But this is another topic. So the first difference for the present simple is something, so we use the present simple for something that is always or generally true. For example, I am from Canada. I live in Rome, okay? So this is a sentence or two sentences with the present simple. I can say also water boils at 100 Celsius, okay, 100 degrees Celsius. So water boils, third person singular, at 100 Celsius. It's always true. It's always true. Let's look at the second. For habits or routines. So the example here that I wrote, and this is the same example at the beginning of the lesson, I normally teach English online on weekdays. Okay, so I normally teach English online on weekdays. Now, I wrote another example for you. She doesn't usually go running on Fridays. She goes running on Sundays. Okay, so it's a habit or routine. Let's look at the third usage for the present simple. For fixed timetables, so for airplanes, for trains, okay? In this case, I wrote the example of a train. Our train leaves at 5 p.m. on the dot. Okay, so this is a fixed schedule, a fixed timetable, and that's why we use the present simple. For the fourth usage, to discuss what happens in a book or film or a play. In this case, I wrote about a film. So the example is, in his last movie, he plays a detective working in New York City. Now, remember that for the present simple, time expressions and adverbs of frequency are very important. And these are always, never, often, seldom, rarely, every day, every week, every month, on Fridays, on Saturdays, etc. Remember that the time expressions are very important. Let's look at the present continuous now. Is used for an activity done at the moment or around the moment of speaking. The example that I wrote at the beginning, you are watching me right now, is an activity you're doing right now. You're watching me. The other usage is if you want to indicate that the situation is temporary. So this could be a little bit confusing. Maybe if I give you an example, you can understand better. We are spending the winter in India this year. I could say that right now and I'm in Rome. And so this could be a future plan. But, for example, right now, she's living with her parents until her house is renovated. So this is a situation happening right now and it's temporary. Maybe you understand the difference with these two examples. Let's move on and we go to the third usage. We use the present continuous for changes, trends or progress, etc. Rome is becoming a modern capital. Okay, is becoming, is changing. And this is clear. Let's look at the fourth. Okay, we can use the present continuous with always and forever. And this indicates an irritation about something. For example, he's always complaining. I wrote it, there is a mistake right here, complaining. Right there. He's always complaining about his neighbors. So it's irritating. He's always complaining. A student of mine is always talking in class. So for me, it's irritating. It indicates an irritation or maybe I'm upset about it. So the time expressions that we use with the present continuous are time expressions or adverbs of frequency. In this case, we have few. Now, right now, at the moment, currently, nowadays, at present, etc. So now, let's recap. In this video, we talked about the difference between the present simple and the present continuous. The present simple is used to describe an action that is generally true or always true. For a routine, for a habit, for a timetable, or even to discuss about a movie or a play or a book. The present continuous instead is used to describe an action happening right now, or a change or a trend or a progress for an action that is temporary, or if you add the adverbs always or forever, it can indicate that something irritates us. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you have any comments, requests, or if you want to post your own example, you may do so under this video. Don't forget to use the present simple and the present continuous. If you want to share it, you may do so, and I hope you watch my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.